Yo, what up, everybody? It's Jesse back with another episode of Irake Mentality. Talking about the tournament that just happened, which is an awesome tournament. I'm gonna have a couple guests on here today. It'll be about 30, no more than 45 minutes, maybe tonight, depending on how many guests are jump on and how many people actually tune in tonight at 9 o'clock on a Saturday. So I know a lot of guys are probably just chilling. They got baseball tomorrow, or some of you guys go and party and got baseball tomorrow. Either way, so what up, Pedro? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Nice seeing you yesterday. So I just wanted to get to it, man. I know before I get my first guest in here today, it's been an interesting first half of baseball with the Burbank League, playing also in the MSL up north with Jake and the Rippers, and then playing over in with La Barca in the Azteca League. It's been quite a few. I think it's like 40 plus games already. But doing well. I think La Barca's first in the South Division in Azteca. The Yankees are first in the full division in Burbank, and the Rippers, I believe, are in first place. If I'm not mistaken, also in MSL. So we're all three of us are having a good season. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about the tournament, the All-Star tournament that Blue Island had. And that was awesome for them to do. I know Alvaro put it together with a couple other people that were involved, and it's a great thing that someone stepped up and was able to put something together like we had back in the day at the Benito Juarez days. We used to play Rockford, Aurora, Milwaukee. So those were fun time in my life with my friends when we used to play in those tournaments. It's always a good time to play against other competition you might normally not see. And this was it right here, 4th of July tournament, which, again, that was tough for many to get to. But, enough guys got there. There was still a lot of people there, some tacos, food, vendors. It was a great time. It had Blue Island. It had Azteca. It had South Shore. And it had the Southwest Chicago Men's Baseball League, also known as the Burbank League. So it happened on Friday, yesterday. And it was a blast, man. First game, I think it had what was it? Azteca versus the Burbank League. And it was a 10 a.m. start in the rain. Had a couple, hiccups at the very beginning, but the pitchers had a slippery baseball the whole time for like the first 4 innings. It was close, I think it was 6-6 at one point in like the fourth. And then, kind of the wheels fell off in a couple errors, a couple hitting. And then ultimately Burbank ended up winning that one. I want to show some highlights about that. And then we'll get into some highlights of game 2 in the championship and that I have here as well. And then we'll get, by that time, my guest should be arriving any minute. He's on his way to the computer. So, and we have some topics to discuss. And I also want to give shout outs to all the guys at Burbank at the end and talk about, 1 or 2 minutes about each one of the players. So I definitely want to give them all shout outs to the guys that were there at the very end. I think it was like 15 total players, 2 coaches at the end, and it was awesome to have you guys. So let me go ahead right now and just show the very first video here. That's the bomb by Mikey Cantu right there. It was a grand slam. What opened it up. Henry on base, yay. And Jordy, who we'll talk about him later, man. Got DA here, lefty and lefty action. DA was hot all night. That guy was fortunate tonight. He had a field day. This was a moonshot. That was the first homer of the day for him. He cleared the bleachers and some like I said, Jody's a beast. He's also the head catcher for many years of the Bravos out of here. He's the main core piece. There's Tony, another Bravo that also puts him up. Abel. There's Brandon just piecing one up to the gap. It should have been a triple with the outfielder. I don't know who that outfielder is. It might have been Pedro or John. One of the
going up my money for the ones who never made it. Say the ones who hated growing up and celebrate. Now let's get medicated. Man, let's get medicated.
He was dealing with the little quad.
Let's get medicated. Man, I'm hella faded. Man, let's get medicated.
One of the best baseball players in the city right now.
Let's get medicated.
Look at
that. Man, I'm hella faded. I'm hella faded.
Again, Jordy.
Take your home and poke it. You see big getting so faded. Thank God I got a chauffeur on that good Cali bud, pulling hose bad. Just like a young in my Juicy do all them drugs.
So there you have it. That was first game of the day. It was, we got out of hand right there, 16-6, but the Azteca, a lot of guys are on similar teams. Azteca, a little more notice. They could have gone that way as well. We'll get more into that with, our guest that jumps on here shortly. We could talk about that. This is the team right here that won it all. It's Yankees. We'll get more into the Yankees a little bit later, but I just want to give them. There's that picture right there, man. I guess I'll get into it now. These guys are just dogs. There's Mike Spalla. I'll talk about him in a bit. One of the best in the city. That guy came out 6 shutout innings, 1 unearned at third, but he had 6 innings. I don't know how many Ks, but he kept us in the game in 95-degree weather. He was drenched in sweat, man, and that guy just kept throwing. He kept telling me, I want one more. I'm like, go ahead. It's your game, bro. It's like, you're doing great. That Blue Island team in this next game has a talented offense. A lot of players, man. They use primarily Leon, Elite, and White Sox in this game. This next video here I'll show shortly. Definitely was a good game. We were looking forward to it after game 1, and then they sneaked by, South Shore. I didn't get to watch that game. I was in the parking lot just, catching some air conditioner, but they won 4-3, I guess, on a tough call at the end. I don't know what happened. I wasn't watching, but that led to the Burbank versus Blue Island showdown, man. I know Blue Island was very confident. They were very vocal about it, about their confidence coming into this. Well, maybe they were too overconfident. Here is the next episode of what happened in the second part of the day when they were playing. It's Burbank, Blue Island. Enjoy. Oh. What happened? Oh, here we go. Boom. Boom. I gotta take that out. There we go. We got Brandon's first at bat. I think second hitter of the usually on the play. Shout out Bruce. What a good play. I was a little bit low and outside, but umpire Marco, he's one of the best I've seen. Shout out to him. I'll tell you just one of his misses all day. That day, very cute. He's to the right side. What up, Erden? Shout out, Erden. Yeah, J6 feeling third. Think if I took that bet, you'd be doing well. Yeah, that was a dragon, man. That put us up 8. I want to contact there's a guy on the panel that going hard on the teams all day. Hello. SBA just stealing on juice like another regular Sunday. That's not on him. He's quicker, dude. This is Drake, man. That got Drake from the yard goes fire. That got Drake. He's their shortstop. Dude.
Just the old guy across the whole plate. That's still
There you go. Good call there. Is that better? There's Ricky. Should have been a double, but I think he stole right after that. I don't think I have that video though. He says just DA having a day. Look at him. It's like everything's DA, Jordy, Rick, Angelo, Mikey had a few too. Who's this? Oh, this is Victor. This is my bro, the catcher. Nice little shot. Look at the sun though, bro. That's at that point of the day, man. I was gassed. I don't know about everyone else, but my leg was shot and I wasn't even playing. There's Henry. A little 2-piece RBI single up the middle. And look at, I want to see this next play. I think it's one of the next plays. All right, look at this. Double play up the middle. Boom, tags, jumps off the bag, and they called him out. Like I said, very few missed calls. Oh, we got some more commenting. I'll get into this too. Thanks for commenting, guys. It gives me something to talk about and who to talk to. My guest is almost on the hotline. He might have internet issues. So that's just the handshake line. I'll skip kind of past that. All right, and then the trophy. I wonder what Vic and DA talking about. Maybe we'll find that later. There you go, Sammy, our commissioner, getting the trophy. Guys earned it. That was a lot of fun, man. You know, tournament baseball is a lot more fun than just kind of your average like Sunday day or weekday day, but you know, game. So there's the team right there. We'll get right into them. Let's remove that. So let's see some comments here. Raul from Blue Island South said, I was impressed with Brandon Comilla, Jeremy Fig, Aurora, Dave Arnold, the kid who hit multiple bounds from Yankees too. Sheesh. There's two young bloods that hit a couple bombs on Sunday. It was Angelo Luna and Mikey Cantu. both very impressive ball players. But Pancho from the South Side, it's nice to meet you, man. Yeah, Comilla played at U of I. He's a dog. Starting shortstop for the U of I Chiefs, like the Big Ten team. So he has a lot of really great ball. He's still young. I think he's they're saying he's the best in the city. I mean, if you were there and you saw that backhand in the gap in that second inning, that was pro. Jeremy Fig, yeah, another college guy that just graduated 4 years ago. He's a natural second baseman, plays the position well. He reminds me a lot of Leon's Maury. Their defense is very similar. They're just they sweep everything left to the whole line. They'll get the whole line. And they're really great at defense, and they're both very fast. They both hit for contact up the middle. You don't want to let them on base. And Jeremy was stealing all day. DA is DA. He's just a veteran of the game, and he's a monster, man. You give him a short porch at De La Salle, that's unfair with a man like DA. So, and then you got like I said, the kids. But it was nice meeting you, man. They just wanted to get over there. Oh, that's the play. Yeah, the play at first. Yeah, that's what they said. I was like, that's fine. We got Rafa. Shout out Rafa. He's had a couple starts with the Yanks himself. He also one of our Barca guys, and a teammate of mine. He was teammate of mine. This is his second year being a teammate of mine, and he's awesome, man. He'll get you. He'll get you on that mound. What up, Raf? And then we got Ernan. What up, Ernan? This is Ernan, who closed the seventh inning in the tournament yesterday. I think he had 3 Ks, just bang, bang, bang. I think it was like maybe 10 or 11 pitches, but I'm thinking Ernan's up there. If you're talking about when Ernan's on, you're looking at mid to low 90s fastball with a nasty break on his curveball and a changeup to boot, and I would put him at number 1 right now. He's showing that he is, man. He's a beast. And that he gave you guys a little taste at the end. What up, Ern? Oh, here we go, another one. Izzy, my guy Izzy. He's another, he's a Yankee. He's been a long-time Yankee. Actually, this gives me a perfect opportunity here. Izzy started game 1 for us on last minute. He just came out and he, does what he does. It was raining, and only one of the very few people I trust when the weather's like shit and you need a pitcher to, throw strikes and get outs. Izzy's definitely the one to get. And here I'm gonna present the manager of the Yankees. His name is Al. 1 second. This is Izzy and Al. Al is a junior, and his father ran the Yankees. We had a podcast with the Yanks earlier in the season, and he's been running the Yanks for the last few years. We're going for a 3-peat in Burbank. He's one of the best managers I've ever played for. He keeps his calm at all points, never gets too he knows how to control his team. He knows his players. He's just very smart, and he still catches, and he's one hell of a player still. Like, he's a very smart catcher. Makes him, and that's what they say, right? Most really good managers were catchers. I don't know why. Like Mike Matheny and all those guys, they always say, like, even now Posada. There's a ton of, or not Posada. Joe for the Yankees. I forget his name. The real Yankees. But anyway, that's what they say. Catchers make the best managers. So here we go. Shout out to the Bleacher Bums. So in game 2, a lot of our boys. So we'll get right into it. We had a couple. I'll introduce some of the players at the end here. We had Bravo guys, on Azteca. There's Jordy. They had Henry. We had Henry, and we had Mike, Big Mike, the starter. He plays for the Bravos as well. So we have a lot of intertwining, teammates within the different leagues, which made it very tough. But it's kind of who you chose, and where it could have gone. There's so much more talent at Azteca still that could have been, reached out to. But I think they had like last minute with their team notice after a flip in management. So, they put it out there, but doesn't take away with how strong that Azteca is, man. I think they, fully stacked. I think they would have put up a better fight than Blue Island for sure. to us at Burbank, even if we stayed stagnant and they could have, had a couple more weeks to notice or something. But the bleacher bums were out there, they were chopping it up and, talking some smack, which is always fun and funny. They kept it lighthearted, nothing too personal, but what up, Pedro and the bleacher bums that were out there. Oh, there you go. Molina coaches a travel ball scout cups. Exactly. Like the catchers are always the best managers. I don't know what it is. They know the game. They're the smartest, the smartest guys on the field. They have to be, I guess, right? They're taking care of the entire defense. Actually, my guest is jumping on in about 1 minute before I get to the guest. We're gonna have he's got to walk the dog. All right, 5 minutes. The baby Blue Island. Bro, I kept hearing that the whole time. Those guys were something else. And those micheladas must have been kicking from that taco stand because that was a fire taco stand. Shout out to them. I don't know the name of where it was. If anyone does and knows where they're located, I want more of those tacos, and that michelada was really good. Much respect to all the players. Definitely respect to all of them. There's no bad blood, nothing. I love all those guys, man. They do what I do. We all do the same stuff. We love baseball. We go out there and compete. Any day, anyone could win. This is baseball. So, like, you have to stay humble with the losses, stay humble with the wins, because any day you could be on the losing end, and you don't want, to have someone, throw it in your face and stuff like that, because it's going to come back to them. That's why you always have to stay humble, never too cocky, never too ahead of yourself. And, actually, I found something that someone sent to me today, which I want to talk about. I'm going to just show this. It's just a clip. So someone sent this to me right after we had just beat, we just beat Azteca, which, I do a lot of media for Azteca. I'm part of Azteca. A lot of love for Azteca Baseball League, and what we're doing over there. That's Sunday. That's, Burbank's more weekday, intricate. So it allows the mixture of, players. So it's, Burbank's a great league. If you want more at bats, find a team in Burbank right away. Jump in, man, because you get fences, you get nice fields, you get weekday games, get you ready for bigger games on Sunday, because you can't just go one game a week. That you're hit or miss, and any good hitter could get cold at any Sunday and not have a good day. So at least it gives you, some at bats in the week. So find a team. They're not far. They play Oak Lawn. They play in Burbank, obviously by St. Lawrence. Sometimes Midlothian, but depends on your schedule and what age group you're looking for. They have multiple age groups, so go check them out, man. If you need the link, let me know. Oh, bro, that's me. What's the name of the company, and what's the address so I can put it up here? Because those things had me. I had one early in the morning, man, because I was definitely off work the day before. But no, going back to what I'm talking about is humble, and just never too cocky, never too confident in this game. And someone sent me this like at the park. They showed it to me at the park. I just saved it here. Is when we beat, the Azteca League, and I already know what it meant there. People are talking like Azteca's gone, but they ain't. Trust me. I was like, trust me on that. And this is what they sent to me. Hold on. Boom. They sent this. Blue Island says, looks like Washington Park no longer on the map. My guy Jordy here in the middle of the game saying false. Get off your phone, Jordy. It's focus up. So no longer on the map. This is definitely false. Azteca still holds, in my humble opinion, the competitive edge when it comes to competition. The teams are formed. I think I was a little out of context, and if they only knew the true story behind everything, they would understand that they're definitely not off the map. And, maybe you have a say about who wins it next year. We'll see. But that's for next year. Here we go. Any given day, yep. Petra. They're the only ones that had too many drinks. And then here we go, man. You take a trip around the world, you'll see that you can't take exactly. It doesn't matter. I've lost to teams you wouldn't imagine ever losing to with a team that you have, and it's just I've been humbled plenty, trust me, in my life to understand that. So once they sent that to me, I kind of already knew we were we had to make a statement. That was literally before the game. And I guess if that's how you feel about Azteca, maybe put yourself in that boat after what happened. You know what I mean? Who's off the map now? So now without any further introduction, I gotta get my guy here. What up, DA?
Jay-Z, what up, baby?
Not much. Thanks for joining me today, bro. I know it was kind of last minute.
Pleasure as always.
So we showed a couple highlight videos that you missed. We already showed those. We talked it up about certain, plays and stuff like that. We actually were on this topic, and this is the perfect person for you to come in on. We got sent in the middle. It says Blue Island looks like Washington Park no longer on the map.
Blue Island is what? No longer on the map?
Blue Island wrote that Azteca was no longer on the map after Azteca lost. What do you think about that?
Oh, no. Nah. That's kind of tough. Who wrote that? Did they say that, or is that?
It was just the league. That was before we played them. So
okay.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of harsh. I mean, that league has been around for 3-4 decades, maybe 5. So for them to say that that's harsh, that's pretty harsh. I mean, Washington Park has so much talent. Think about it. A quarter of Washington Park didn't show up. You know what I mean? Not even a quarter. That's only like a little bit of talent. And shout out to the Washington Park guys that came out there yesterday. But nevertheless, I mean, they're missing so many other guys that are just enjoying the holidays or just not even concerned of just health reasons, that wasn't there. So, yeah, I rep Blue Island. I rep the Brewers all day. I mean, I'm a resident of Blue Island, but nevertheless, like to say that Washington Park doesn't have, whatever the quote was about Washington Park, I think that's pretty harsh. So
and that's what we were talking about, kind of just being humble throughout wins and losses, just keep your head up high both sides. I'm talking to you about
right, for real. I mean, for real, because I think about it, like Blue Island, that's such a good league that league is growing, but I don't think really that game was really competitive to their point of view. You know what I mean? They probably wanted another 9 or another 13 or whoever the handpick was. I don't know what the scenario was with picking that, but shout out to Vic. Shout out to Vic, Dre, JJ. Shout out to them 3 fellas that they know I love them to death. So yeah, they did what they had with, and it's just like we just had a better day. Burbank had a better day.
Yeah, it's definitely fun playing your friends. I get more pumped to play my friends than someone I don't know.
Of course, dude.
It's just different, bro.
the energy of the first 4 innings of that was just like that's what I like. Like while I'm playing baseball, that's why I'm in men's league baseball. Is for that reason right there. Those first 4 innings when the game is tight, it's competitive. There's jawing. The umpires know the umpires, and that's my thing. Shout out to
they let it fly.
Yeah, shout out to KK and Marco. They did a really good job, man, and some really good calls too. But yeah, like they knew the history and they knew the aura of that and the magnitude of that game, and they kind of let that jawing, like most umpires wouldn't let that. They know things aren't going to get physical and whatever like that, So that jawing is just another side of the men's league that I'm used to, that I was introduced to playing at Petrosky. So
yeah,
that's just
Petrosky. That was a little more vicious, bro. That was like,
yeah, come on now, this is like a slap on the wrist compared to the shit. Petrosky. So,
but no, man, I got a couple comments here. Let's catch up here. Yeah, but much love to the Blue Island guys, all the competitors out there, man. Much love to all you guys. A lot of you guys are my buddies. We get along off the field, and maybe not on, but definitely off. We have some a couple comments here. Exactly. I like this comment here. When you know baseball, you appreciate all baseball that's going on and growing in Chicagoland instead of trying to dignify number 1 league in there. I agree very much with that statement.
Facts.
it's everyone's in their different areas, right? Like just be the best in that area and come together. And yeah, you're obviously you want to be considered the number one league by winning a tournament like this. But the true fact of the matter is a lot of guys are in multiple leagues. They're all in the same leagues. So it's just more of like showing the best talent and picking a team that you have a spot for, I guess. Right?
Exactly. And that's what it was.
That's what it was. So yeah, definitely it was a lot of fun, and that's a definitely grown man thought right there. Another one, I love DA's at bat against Canelon. He's speaking about Carlos Canelon, one of the best pitchers in the city. Just pure, high 80s, low 90s fastball with the slider. Now I see he's got a change. I seen it now. I haven't seen it last year, Carlos.
He threw a couple of them. I think he threw.
Let's talk about that at bat. So how did it start with your at bat? Go ahead, with him? Because
that's the second guy for the Southsiders, right?
Yeah, he's the big.
Okay. That was a dope at bat, and I was kind of like, I think the at bat before that, I don't know if it was the same guy, but like I was down in the 0-2 count, and that was the guy. He threw like a sweeper slider kind of whatever, and it pops out of the hand. But it's like a super changeup though. Like it's a super change of pace, like loopy sweeper kind of, you dig. So that at bat was crazy. The double at bat was I'm not sure how it went. I forget how it started off. I know he got ahead, but that was the at bat I fouled that ball off my foot. And,
yeah, he kept throwing you changeups, and the first two you whiffed big on. I was like, "Oh, that would have been me."
Okay, so that was the at bat. Yeah. He showed it early, so that's
he should have showed it late.
He showed it so early. He showed it, and I got a swing and miss on like strike 2 or something like that. So he kind of like let me know, like that was his out pitch, I guess. On the second strike, really. And so I knew he wanted to like elevate a fastball at some point in that at bat. But I knew once I fouled the ball off my foot, like they were kind of gonna go on a quadrant. They're gonna maybe go down and in. I knew they were gonna go on a quadrant. I just wanted to be on time for a fastball, and I think it was a fastball. It was a fastball that was kind of like a front door kind of, and I got a good piece of it. I hate that I hit it in the gap because the mentality is go get 2 out of the box, but my first 5 or 6 steps, I was like, man, like I didn't know if I was gonna make it. Like my foot started to like ache a little bit, and then shout out to KP, the umpire on that play. Ball beat me by like 5-6 feet, yo. Like you feel me? And I hook slid, and he missed me for sure. That shortstop for Leon, I don't know his name. But he knew he missed me. Yeah, and he wanted to come back and tag me again. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, yo, like he missed me, yo.
You can still speak. It's low on volume here.
Okay.
Thanks to the viewers on this. Here we go.
Okay. Nah. And then so that
this is it.
Oh no, that's the single. That's off of Joba, I think.
That was off Joba. Let me see. Oh, that's better. Oh, I like this one. All right, that's so then you pieced them up to a double and then you slid, right?
Yeah. Like I slid, and like I said, shout out to KP. And like the shortstop tried to come back and get me again. And I knew he missed me the first time, but when he came back, I saw him kind of like wanting to like reach back, and I was like, all right, as long as I hold the base, I'm good. And KP ran up and didn't say anything. So I'm like, KP, he didn't tag me at all. And in that play, I think you can see KP running towards the base. Shout out, where he worked for his angle and saw it. And I kind of gave him the Javi Baez hook slide. You know what I mean? So that was kind of it was a good day. It was a good day to be a Burbank baseball player. Sure.
I want to talk about this play real quick. So this is always fun, man, watching you and Juice go at it. I like talking to Juice too. Look at this right here, this one. You stole. Did you get in?
Yeah, I would say easily. See, easy. That's why he's mad. That's why he's pissed.
he's like, it's not on me.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, that like he knows the competitive edge, and that was most of the John. That's why I kind of in between innings I was like, all right, I kind of was like kind of chirping, but I gave him a Gatorade because like I knew he needed it because like I was gonna challenge, like we were challenging, we were ready to play ball, man. So, shout out to that side, shout out to the Blue Island, shout out to Vic, Dre, you know what I mean, JJ, all those players over there. DT, my guy, my teammate.
Yeah.
Those Leon guys, those Leon poppers, bro. Like, dude, the Burbank guys like stabilized them. Like, that was kind of weird seeing Leon and their fans kind of quiet, So,
Yeah, it was definitely quiet. They know, but that's Christian Lucio and Juju Agustin, man, and they also had Nelson. They had I think the shortstop as well.
Yeah, those are dogs, bro.
And Maury.
Yeah, they're making the league better, man, and that's why shout out to them. Shout out to their manager. I hollered at him yesterday. He told me I had the wrong jersey on in between games. I was like, hey, like Jesse asked first. You know what I mean? It's a little more. You know what I mean? A little more like beats you to the punch, and that's what it was. So, but it was a good day.
Yeah, you had a blast. I know you were crushing. This is that at bet with Carlos. This was a good one right here. This is the one you're talking about on you too.
Oh yeah.
And then here you go to slide.
You hear Julian in the back. Throw his ass out.
Yeah, throw his ass out. You know he's talking.
Yeah.
No, but we definitely we're having a lot of fun. You were definitely on one. I wanted to talk to you about this at bat here. I wanted to talk to you about that first game bomb off of Artenis Bravo. Bro, Artenis
that's a legit arm, dude. That's a legit arm. Like,
he's so good, bro.
Dog, that dude is legit, yo. Like, fam is like, you can just, I saw the aura, like, all game. He played first base with a glove, with a regular glove. I'm like, well, he ain't a first baseman. Like, he's here to do something. And you can just see him. You can just, like, once I saw him as ABs, like, that I know that guy played pro ball somewhere. He didn't know a lick of English when he got on the bases. So I was like, yep. Like,
this is it. Look at this. So you come up lefty on lefty. He's not easy to hit, man.
Yo, that at bat was crazy. That was the most fun though, cause like he showed me two variations of that curveball, slide or whatever. It had slider kind of spin, but it moved like a, like one of those Brandon Lidge sliders. Like it was horizontal, but it was heavy though. But he threw me a fastball in that at bat that was black, and I turned around and marked him and said, "Was that a strike?" And I fouled it off. Like I stuck my butt out and just wanted to get anything on that. And he was like, "Yeah, it was a strike." And if he buries that curveball right there, like I'm a sit and duck. I was definitely not trying to be beat by a heater.
Yeah.
But he threw it like right there. He threw it right there. I didn't miss it.
No, you didn't. No, and not many of our teammates were.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Add myself to the stage. So I wanted to add to the stage here. So this is Kevin, man, lefty. He's out of the Mighty Ducks. He's really good. He should be someone that should be known around the city. Sneaky little fast, like just fastball out of his hand with a nasty curveball.
For sure.
So I just want to give shout out to him.
Sexy, that's what I called him on the mound, dude.
What are you calling him?
Sexy Jetski. I couldn't pronounce his last name, but like it was spelled G-A Jetski. And I was like, bro, just call him fucking Sexy Jetski, bro. Bro, he hey, he a baseball player. You can just tell the guy he's left-handed. Like, he's a baseball player, bro. And, like, I respect dude. I haven't seen him. I don't know if he was in that spring tournament on the Ducks. I didn't see him.
I don't know if maybe he was. I don't know.
I don't know. That's my first time seeing that team, but dude competed, man. And like I said, like what Washington Park had there was more than enough to win. It wasn't all of their talent, but it was more than enough to win, and he shut them down for a few innings, dude. So shout out.
Shout out to him. Next I want to shout out here. Mike Shellhorn. He came to play. He had like 2 walks each game, I think. Had a nice, I think, single. He did his thing.
He's a bobber, dude. Bona fide bobber. I know he was kind of disappointed. He missed a couple pitches he normally handles really well. Like I said, we played with Burbank last week, and he was on fire, dude. Like everything he touched was, you know what I'm saying, plus 2 bases. So shout out to Shelly. Me and him go way back. Good dude. We haven't played on the team in a while, ever, I think. So that was our first time playing with each other. So shout out to Mike, Shelly. I call him Shelly.
There you go. Yeah, Shelly.
Yeah.
So we got this. So this guy, many people probably don't know. He's new to the scene, man. Drake Walton. This is the shortstop for the Yard Goats in Burbank.
He balled out.
Dude, he was hitting
Balled out,
everything
bro.
fast, stealing. He was
on the barrel. He was on the barrel too. Shout out to him too. I made he got charged with an error. Should have been my error. It was a Sunday ass hop. He made like sliding up the third base line.
Off a backhand?
Yeah, dude. But the turf was still kind of like, it was turf, of course. It's Sunday ass hop, but it was kind of weird because it was some still wet, but it was still kind of like dry in some places. So when it skipped, it still like skipped and it just get on you. So I just misjudged that off the ground. My bad, dude. But hey, he was balling yesterday.
Absolutely. And then just a quick play that I do have of him right here is there you go. We got this play of him. So this is just him at second on a single, I think. But he does it. He does a Superman, bro. Here he comes. Superman. Just straight hustling his ass off for a run. Gotta love it. That's Drake. That's how he plays. Was that the Isaac? No, that is Drake. The Isaac, yeah, Isaac is on. We'll talk about him shortly on this other picture. We have here we go. This is a good one. Boom. These 3.
For sure.
How valuable, bro, to us.
Sure, for real. Dude chucked it. What was his name? Michael? Number 23? What was his name?
Mike Spalla.
Okay, yep, Mike. All right. The dude in the middle, Jay. What was his name?
That's Jay Figs. That's the
Jay Figs. He balled out. Those dudes balled out. Jordan Litherbridge, dude. That was my first time ever playing on the team with him. Like,
get out.
Yeah, that was my first time playing on the team with Jordan ever. Bro, like, he been trying to, like, me and him been having battles. You know, most of the time when we pitch, it's the catcher that's putting down the fingers. And me and him talked a lot. And, you know, I mean, we had a bunch of battles when his battery mate and him, you know, clashed, whatever. He balled out, bro. Like, he balled out.
Bro, so he is the Bravos catcher. He's one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. I've never seen Jordy upset. He's always has a smile on his face.
Good dude, great dude. Always positive vibes with him, bro.
And he drops bombs. Check this one out. Remember this one? Let's put this to the stage real quick because I need to talk about this one.
Off a gunner?
Yeah, his own teammate, dude. He had to do his own teammate.
He's a Gunnar Vega yard, bro. Like that's like
bro,
Gunnar don't like that. Gunnar don't like that at all. No doubt.
I mean, it's Jordy. I don't know.
Was I on second? No, I wasn't on second. I think he
hit
a double. Yeah, he hit a double when I was on second. And his whole little setup at the dish, like from second base, I was like, dude, his setup is nice. Like you can't really throw him like away, really, like, and he's kind of off the plate too. So like his setup is decent, bro.
Yeah, Gunner's tough to hit. He's not
Yeah,
easy.
gotta throw the heavy ball.
He's definitely not easy. Getting back to these guys, yeah, Jeremy Figueroa, he's a thoroughbred. He's a beast. That guy in the middle, second baseman.
He balled out, bro. He was on the barrel all game, all championship, and all day, I think.
He's always on the barrel. We have to face.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, for sure. And like he's plugging in. I'm pretty sure he can play every position, like up the middle, center, short, second. You know what I mean?
Athlete, pure athlete. Yeah. And then you got Mike. Shout out Mike. 6 innings of work, just beast. I had we were talking before the game. You know, we could have started earning as well. And one of the reasons why I just, I use my past experience for games, when making decisions, if I do get the chance to. And I remember the first time facing Mike, he beat us. And it was just something that where you see him for the first time, he's just impossible to hit, bro.
Yeah.
It's the first, you have to see him maybe like 5-6 times in a season to finally be like, oh, I know how to hit him, or I know how the best chance to hit him. If that makes sense. So once I kind of remembered that, I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. And he went in and just dominated. He really did. I think he had 4 hits, 1 bunt from Juice, which I'll let a 4-hitter bunt. I'll let the other team 4-hitter bunt all day, every day. Go ahead.
All day, every day.
And an all-star game, you're bunting Juice? Come on, dog.
Yeah, for real. Hey, Juice was a fan of Kangaroo Court a few times yesterday. Shout out to my boy Juju, though.
Oh, which I want to get. We already talked about that when you still on second. No, but we'll go here. Next we have. So this is Sam. Actually, I'll introduce this one. So these are the guys that took a pic. The Yankees, that were together. My dad was in this picture as well. Because we were on the field together. I don't know where Sam was. Bro, yeah, these are, this is the family, I guess you could call it. The bloodline. You got, Brandon. What could you say about Brandon, bro?
Brandon, which one's that? Like you starting on the left?
Shortstop. Yeah. We'll start with my brother. What do you think of my brother? He's the catcher that was on the championship team.
Vic all day, always lover of the game, dude. Crazy thing about Vic is we had that really good game. It was late night. You know what I mean? I think it was one game under Burbank, and it was like a Tuesday or Thursday. I forget which one it was. I ended up having a lesson scheduled over at D-Bats, and it was like midday, and he's over there still squatting, dude, like giving lessons to like 2 or 3 kids. I'm like, yo, that's Vic. Like from last night, I'm like, Vic, I see you working, dude. And then he saw I was giving a lesson, like, dude, you're crazy too. Like, you know what I mean? So total student.
His work ethic is insane.
Dude, total student of the game. Every time we're coming in, we're trying to pick somebody off. We're like, all right, we're going to save it. You know what I mean? Like, Like, all right, if we really need it, you know what I mean? Thoroughbred of the student of the game, dude. And, like, when I see him calling games, dude, like, I don't see many dudes shaking off. Like, he's in tune. Like, he's the battery mate where you trust and know and, like, all right, cool. And then if it gets hit, he's probably going to be the one that wear it. Like, that's on me. I gotta, I gotta handle you better, kind of dig. So
yeah, pitchers definitely like to pitch to him. That's for sure. At least that's what they tell me.
Sure. Yeah, he's got a nice setup. He's blocking. He can control a run game. Like, I
want to give a shout out here. Go to the far left here. We have Isaac yesterday. Kick and play. That's Isaac Velasco on the far left in the White Sox hat there. He just graduated from Revis High School. He was all conference. Word on the street from his own teammates, his coach said he's the best outfielder or player overall Revis has ever had. That's coming from the coach. So shout out to Isaac. He is a dog, man. He didn't get too much PT yesterday, but he's definitely, somebody that I would love on a team any day, twice on Sunday.
For sure.
Shout out to Isaac. Let's go right next to him, Ricky Bobby. He had a day too.
WBR. That's my dog, man. And shout out to him too, man. Me and him been playing together for a while, against each other for a minute too, when he was with Elite. Big time competitor. I'm glad he's back here. I know he was out in AZ for a little bit. But like in a championship game, dude, like y'all thought like he had a bad semi, and then it was kind of like, yo, like the hell with that, bro. Like, no, don't switch that. Like, keep that together, bro. Like, I like hitting behind him. No Diddy or nothing like that. But like, dude, he sets up like no, for real. He sets up the next guy. You know what I mean? Like he was on the barrel. He's always on the barrel, bro. I've never seen him miss. You feel me? So, like, WBR know who he is. White boy rig. He can play with anybody. And he's got a hose, dude. He can shut down anybody in the outfield, dude. Like,
oh yeah, he was our emergency lever on Sunday if we needed. We were gonna put him in at one point, but wasn't needed.
Dude. Bro, that's easy 90 out of his hand. Easy 90 out of his hand.
Shout out to Ricky. Then next to him we have Angelo Luna, all stated from St. Lawrence, D1 athlete, D2. He's been around. He was on Georgia Gwinnett's number 2 team in the country.
Yeah.
To even be part of NAI, that's insane. Now he's looking to go to the next school. Angelo Luna, man, one of the best I've seen.
Baller. He was number 7, right? That was number 7, right?
Yeah, he's the one that went yard.
Apo Taco. Yup. Crazy about.
He hit that little porch. He hit that little porch, I think.
And Apo, yup.
And I think it's right here. Funny story about this right here. Actually, I'll show it. So this is. I'm standing at third base. Shout out Vic. He goes, I'll bet you $50 he gets out. I was like, word? I was like, do you know who this man is? And this is what happened here. This is the Apple.
Yeah.
I hear someone in the stands go, that's gone. I still didn't know. I was kind of had a bad angle on it. I was like, I don't know if that's gone, but it went out.
No, you got it, dude. It was his at bat, and I know you're gonna get to him next. Mikey, Lil Cuz, bro. Those are dogs, bro. Like,
Mikey Cantu right next to him. Beast.
Dog. I want to say he fouled off like 8-9 pitches, a 9-pitch at bat, and I think that was the granny he hit, right?
He had a granny in the first game, then he had an opposite field over the wall bomb.
Yeah, it was a full count for like 5 pitches, and he fouled off like 5 or 6 pitches. I was on third base. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm not going back to third base.
Oh, because it was full count. You guys were running sprints for like 6 times. Yeah. Jordy was at first. He's like, I need oxygen.
That was crazy, man. So.
But yeah, Mikey snapped. He was crushing the ball all day. That guy's a monster. One of the best, bro. Right now, he's one of the best. He had over 30 bombs at Warren College, bro. Over 30 in 2 years. That's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll be checking his piss, bro. For real.
It'll come out with Cantu and Bloodlines, bro. That boy can bang. And then then you have me. All right, we'll skip me. Let's go right to Ernan. I don't want to talk about myself, bro. Let's go to Ernan. Dude, he was there all day long, bro. Okay, it was hot. It's turf field. I'm like, bro. I was like, go to under the shade, go chill. The guy's enjoying the sun because he like loves Mexico weather, and I'm like, this is perfect Mexico weather. It's like burning your skin, and he's out there just chilling. And I was like, all right, just be ready. Yeah. And at the end of the game, bro, what did you tell me when you were at first base?
Yeah, I think I was in between pitches, like, who the fuck team is he on? Like, I'm not trying to face that. Like, no cap. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not scared of anybody, but like, that shit was heavy coming out of his hand, bro. Like, at one point, I thought he was throwing like a cue ball at one point.
He's nasty, bro.
Yeah. And the fact that he sat out there and baked for 6 hours, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, I hate to see him on a 70-degree day. You feel me?
I'm telling you, he just gets better every single Sunday. I see him every single time he's with the Yanks. He's just getting better and better and better. I'm just like, this is insane. Because, mid-20s, like most people, you start to fall off. No, he's climbing. And it's like, that's gas. It's gas, heavy gas, and nasty bite. Shout out to Ernan, who's in the chat here. And yes, that is true. Another Azteca guy there. There was actually everyone in this picture plays on Azteca. If you want to talk about that, every one of those guys do. On one specific team, but we won't get into that. Next guy, Brandon Comia, shortstop.
Chief Illini.
You call him Chief Illini, bro. The play
Savage,
in the
bro.
hole.
Yeah, another Savage. I mean, it's heavy to know that you know a lot of ballers, bro. You know a lot of ringers, dude. And like, it's not that many guys. Like, shout out to like dudes like you, Vic, Jacob Mills. Like, there's only so many dudes who can just like furnish the team in like less than 24 hours and then all of them be like dogs. So you know what I mean? There's only a couple of dudes that do that. You know what I mean? And you're one of them, dude. And Brandon Camille is one of them. I think he's on. He played on the Rippers too. Is he a Ripper too?
Dude, he's a Ripper, Barker, Yankee.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got the cheat code, bro. And he's playing on all three. He's gonna be eligible for playoff for all three.
Yes, bro. We love baseball.
Shit.
Like that's not even questioned with us, bro.
Yeah, that ain't even fair.
Like,
that ain't even
guys
fair.
that love baseball, you don't question if they're eligible, man. Like
Yeah,
I could get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't questioning if he's eligible. I was like, I didn't know if he was just out there just playing, like, all right, and then doing other shit. But no, he's.
But
like,
if you get to know Brandon, he's out there to kill you. Like on the field, bro, he plays to just fucking gut you, bro.
Right.
And he plays that way. You see him coming out the block, off the doubles, the triples, the hustles.
Yeah. That's a running back, bro. That's a
not
running
many
back.
guys hustle like that on Sunday ball or men's baseball, bro. Gotta admit, like, you know what I mean? This coming from me, I'll take a gap single, but like, you know what I mean? I'm old. Oh, here we go. Pedro, you ain't lying. Most of these guys are from Azteca. Yeah, it's basically the same. Honestly, it's
for real.
Give or take, take away the three or four guys from that final team. You still have about 12 of those guys were Azteca guys. So like I said, it gone either way. Just it was Burbank. This is a Burbank one. And we have our guys, and then finally, shout out to this man right here he is one of I look up this.
He kept shit in order. He kept shit in order yesterday. Dude. He was vocal. He was loud. He still in the heat, just like the other guy we're talking about in the book. Like, he was in the heat with us, bro, and didn't budge. He didn't switch up, not one bit, dude. He kept everything. I don't know his name though. What's his name?
Sam. Sam. He's Sam Pasca. So one thing about like men's baseball and everything is paying lineage to like the players of the past, and that's how you keep it going. The respect factor. Now that I'm older, I get it. When I was in my 20s, 19 years old, I thought I was the best player, on the field, thinking, everyone does at that age. You're in college or whatever, you're like, oh, this is men's ball. No. So, and then you get to meet a lot of like players from the past, and like, he did this, he did that, and you start getting to know them. Now I have a lot of appreciation being older to players of the past before us and leading the path to the next generation, just like we are for the next guys that are coming up, because we're not getting any younger. And Sam is that for me. When I got to meet him, he's a always calm guy, a big competitor like me, loves the game like me. We have a lot of common interests, and he was cool, calm, and collected. And I think like him and Al as manager, they manager coach of the team of the Yankees. Those guys work so well together because it's always calm, cool, and collected. And I feel that when I was helping make some moves, I felt his presence there was just so calming. But he's also the commissioner for the Burbank League, has been around many years, won plenty of, he runs the 38 Yankees. There's Colt 45s. Sam is a legend in the.
He knew about the Woodpeckers. He knew about the Woodpeckers, bro.
Of course.
Yeah, I was like,
the Woodpeckers know about Sam, and the Woodpeckers know about
Jesus. I was like, hold on, buddy. So, yeah, he kept everything in check, dude. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Al too, man. I know he missed the chip. I know he had family stuff. But yeah, man. Shout out to Al too. He needs his roses too.
Yeah, and I have. Oh, I took his picture here. I showed him earlier, but there's people that just joined. This is Al. And I have him here with Israel, who was there as well. Where is he at? I have him here somewhere. Oh no, I took it off. My bad. But I had this picture in earlier. That's Al and Sam. They run the ship, the championship ship, nice and smoothly. Love those guys. But here we go. What you were saying about Brandon just goes back to respecting the game. You wait till the guys that can step on the field and compete anymore. Exactly. Wow, dude. Pancho, next time you see me out on the field, come say hi to me. I want to get to know you better. because you have a lot of great.
Yeah, who is that? Who is that?
He's on the Southsiders. I don't. He said it earlier. I gotta meet you face to face. If I have, I apologize if I don't remember. But you have a lot of great intake, and you say a lot of really intelligent things about the game and the sport itself. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. Oh, it's Raul. Oh,
okay.
bro, it's Raul. Okay, we literally
make him
just
a member of the Iraq Mentality
podcast. Bro, okay, now I know who I'm talking to. Okay, I literally was talking to him all Sunday. I didn't. I Pancho caught me. No, so yeah, he has a lot, dude. Very intelligent, man. Just give it your all because baseball, the good luck charm will go your way. I think if you just respect the game that way.
Right. And on top, you don't know when it's the last time you're gonna play, man. You know what I mean? Like that's why I go out there and do. Like I don't know when it's like I go out there and play the game, and if it's competitive game, like and I'm invested in it, like I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna shit talk. I'm gonna go head first if I need to. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know if I'm gonna play this game, dude. You know what I mean? Ever again. You know what I mean? So.
Exactly. You never know when your last game is gonna be, man. So give it your best and compete if you're out there. Compete. Respect the game and I think everyone showed that yesterday on all fronts. Everyone that was there loved the game at the tournament. I wanted to talk about. So I've seen the first to third. It's I think I forget his name. Do you know his name? Is it John, the guy that runs the podcast for First to Third? That runs a couple. His own little rankings. Have you seen that?
The Blue Island guy. Yeah.
Oh, he plays in Blue Island. Okay, cool.
The camera game, right?
No. This is he has his own podcast, First to Third. He's actually a really well speaker, and it's a pretty cool podcast if you want to check it out. It's more of just like a radio type. He talks about a bunch of teams, which is some people don't understand like what he's trying to do, and I get it. He's putting like the 60s and the 48s, a bunch of different teams from like different leagues that he's familiar with, and he puts them in ranking. This is not going to be like the 18s, he does it like in like if a heavyweight and a welterweight were playing, so he'd give them more like leeway. You know what I mean? He has his own ranking. So I was gonna do like, I'm a player, so I really don't like doing rankings, bro, because I'm a player still. And I don't know if I wanted to get into that. We're already into an hour. I don't know if you guys want me to actually rank anyone, but if I had my rankings, I won't rank them. But let's talk about a couple teams. Give it like the next. We'll get out of here in an hour 15. Give it or an hour 10, whatever. Give it another 7 minutes. Let's shout out some teams. You're a Blue Island member, so shout out some top teams in Blue Island. We're not gonna rank them.
Of course, I'm gonna go BIB. I mean, Natty Law's finest, the Brewers, of course. Shout out JJ, Joe. As far as league, you can't miss the Sox. I mean, I know that those rankings are online on the internet, whatever, has this misinterpretation or maybe disagreement that they're elite or they're the elite team or deserving. So, like, you got to think about it. They went, or I was with them at that moment. We went to a game 7 against Leon. So you want to compare? I was hitting a cigar. I'm sorry.
You're good.
If you want to compare, you know what I mean, what like the elite level of the White Sox is, like you got to think about like that game 7 series against Leon. You know what I mean? Like, so you can't miss them. You can't underestimate them because they got to switch. Vic got to switch when he can. You know what I'm saying? Elliott got to switch. Joba got to switch. You know what I mean? Like that's a scary team. You know what I mean? So they got like 8 or 9 guys that can hit a switch and go and whenever they want. So you got Leon, you got the White Sox. The Southsiders beat us. The Southsiders beat us at De La Salle about a month and a half ago. But that's a ball game again when we were short. It was wet. I'm not using that as any excuse, but we played a C+ ball game. Like we didn't play a Brewer baseball game. You know what I mean? Okay. So can't leave them out. Other than that, though, let me see. There was somebody else up there. I don't know about. I'm not trying to like make predictions. I haven't seen Elite though. I haven't seen the Chicago Elite. Like last time I seen the Chicago Elite, I was on this team. You know what I mean? And I was, the Wildcats. And,
the Wildcats.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to throw fuel on the fire, but like there's only one human on that team that I respect, and that's Vic. You know what I mean? And that's Victor, the catcher. I really don't know. I know it's a rival or whatever it was, but then again, if they're elite, I mean that's to be shown. Let's see if they can compete in this league.
Do the Brewers play the elite this year, or they don't play?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I mean, you know,
like to go to that game.
guy. Like, I don't know who we playing until we show up. You're gonna get the same version. Like, no matter who the opponent, you're gonna get this version of me. You feel me? You know what I mean? So if I need to show my ass, I'll show my ass. But if not, like, I'm gonna sit there and play baseball, dude. But there are some teams in a bunch that, you know what I mean, you can't, like, really, like, underestimate. Like, I seen the Nat in the Diamondback game. Like, that was a, like, heavy, like, octane fuel game with a lot of emotions and, you know, two teams that were one last year, basically. And what Dre did, revamping his roster when everybody counted him out, you know what I'm saying? Like he doing big shit, man.
They're doing really well. They have a really great record. They're doing really well. So yeah, those are good teams, man. You got, you know, it's a bunch of them. There's like 6 or 7. You know, I think there's like about 4 that can really make a run with like the pitching aspect, because it takes pitching, bro.
Yeah, it does take pitching.
It does. You need pitching.
How they format and how the Blue Island League formats.
It'll
playoffs and, you know what I mean, all that plays a big difference, you know what I mean? So that's that thing. But also, yeah, like I rattled off maybe 6, 7 teams, maybe, but and then like it's a different heartbeat when it's playoff. It's a different heartbeat when there's rings and, you know, trophies on the line.
Absolutely, bro. When it just like yesterday, when it's time to win some, like you find out who's ready, like who wants it more. Like you said it. I think you did say it in the dugout. Like we just
hell yeah, I was yelling it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was when Camille went head first in our first base, yo, and like the third inning. You feel me? You feel me? That let you know what kind of dogs you got in the kennel, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so that right there, and that was early in the game, and that let you know right there, like we're setting tone right here. We're setting tempo right here. We're gonna set the pace of the ball game, catch up to it. If not, like, you know what I mean, it's going to turn into a charity event. And that's what it turned into, like, the last 4 or 5 innings.
Charity event. Like that. So I'm in the Azteca League, so I'll get into some Azteca guys that, like I said, we're not ranking them. We're just giving them what I think is the top teams here. I'll get 4 or 5. We got Bravos right now. They're 139 runs, 4 and 17 against, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. They got Spalla, who was dominant on yesterday. And they have
still on that team. Is Henry still on that team?
Who?
Big Henry? Big Henry that played yesterday?
Henry,
still on that team?
40. They got dogs, bro. Pedro, and they got they got even Jaime, who's fast. They got Kike, they got Jesse still there, you know, Al, shout out Al, my guy. They got a bunch of other dogs, bro. And they got Gunner too. So like they're gonna be a problem. They are a problem.
And they still got did you name the pitcher already? What's the
Kurt?
What's the changeup? Kurt.
Knapp.
Kurt Knapp. Yeah.
One of the best, bro. So
yeah, man.
You got the Bravos over there. You got San Luis right now at 11-2 with Alex Lugo, big bopper. They got another arm.
I didn't know that. He shout out to Lugo, bro. He wanted me to get in that league and asked me to join that team, and I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna make it. So.
That would have been dangerous. So they're good. Then got Bandidos. We took another Bandidos. They have they have Ethan Soderna. He's really good arm. They have a bunch of good hitting. They're a good team. They're a funny team. They hang out with each other and give each other shit. They're a good team. I like how they interact with each other. Oh shit! I'll get to that question shortly. Then we got Michoacan in the other division, bro. Michoacan has got Aaron. Shoot, I forget his name. It slips my tongue. But Aaron is a righty pitcher.
That's a right-hander. That's a right-hander. That's the big right.
Yeah, he throws gas.
I told you. His name is in my book. I don't know who you are, Aaron, but like I put it on this podcast. In a fall game last year, you shot me down for like a sombrero, bro. Like I ain't forgot about you, B. So like I ain't calling you out. I'm just trying to say I ain't forgot that shit, B. Like I love you. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, there you go. Michoacan also has Aron Figueroa, the pitcher. He's really good. Aron Figueroa, the pitcher? Aaron Gonzalez, Aaron Gonzalez, and the Gonzalez brothers. They're over there. Yeah. No, I don't. I thought he was
Yeah,
with Puerto.
and then they got them boppers. They got them cats that was with them yesterday. Them old heads.
Yeah. No, they got the lefty too.
Yeah, they got that lefty too, but they got some boppers though. They got them old dudes that can hit, bro. I've been playing against them for years in Washington Park. Like that's what I say, man. I was with the White Sox, Washington Park, man. Like that Washington Park, it's a different kind of animal, bro. Like
It is, man. And then if we jump to the other division, because we'll get through Burbank here shortly. We'll go to the other division. We got, my family team, La Barca. Shout out La Barca. Which I just seen this. Is DA coming to Barca? That's like we've been trying to do, honestly. I'll respond. We've been trying to get DA for maybe a little over a decade now, and it has yet to come to fruition.
And little do they know the story about how it all went down.
Mike Reevy stole DA under my nose, just because Mike did not give me the heads up. So it's all good, bro. But things happen, and a lot of championships went the other way.
Oh no, it's all love. I mean, never say never. If the roster's locked, I hollered at your old man. I mean, I tried to holler at your old man. I didn't know if the roster was locked. I know you shot it out to him, but we don't know. I don't know if it ain't locked. I don't care. I mean,
yeah, we'll see. Maybe next year if it's locked. Well, this is your comeback year. You got the Brewers, you got it in the Yankees. Win those two bad boys, and then by next year, dude, the door's open for Barca for you any day of the week, anytime you want it, bro. I'll tell you. You're like the one I never got, the one that got away, right? I usually most guys would play, but you're the only one that always got away. Aaron Martinez, shout out to him. He's probably at the beach still. He's been at the beach probably since Thursday. Plays on La Barca too. Yeah, when do you get a uni? Like I said, roster's probably live, but next year you never know who returns and everything. But yeah, shout out to La Barca, my family. Troceros, bro. They got Joey Marciano is back.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about Azteca League.
All right, so negate the, what I'm saying, if the roster is, locked.
So you don't want to see that high 80s, low 90s.
I'm good off.
And they got Carlos on that team. They got a bunch of good hitters. They got Juju Guerrero from Leon, their first baseman. And they got their shortstop. I don't know his name, but he's really good too. They have a couple other guys. Troceros are going to be a problem, 100%. Then you got the Cobras and then the White Sox. Shout out to the White Sox. They're the returning champs. We'll see what Vic brings, at the end of the year. You never know what how the schedules work with trying both leagues. Like we did last year. It just worked out for us, And then going to the Burbank League, man. You got the Yanks, bro. The Yanks.
That's the only name I think you need to know. Yankees and Friends. That's what it was yesterday.
Yankees and Friends. I think that was the first comment. There you go. Yeah, this is the Brandon goes, long live Yankees, Barca and Friends. That's hilarious, man. But yeah, that's what they were calling it. The Yanks, man. The Yanks are just with Greg. We didn't even have Greg yesterday available, or Mike Bowling. Those guys are at the top.
When is the cat that came and finished the game? When is he gonna throw? I haven't seen him throw. Like
who?
The cat who came out throwing like 91, bro. Like
Xavier.
The last inning. Yeah. Like when is he gonna start again?
What are you talking about? Ernan from Sunday? Friday, Ernan. Oh well, yeah. He goes nonchalant for a little bit. When we need to start, we'll get a start.
I'm talking about the dude who came in yesterday to end the championship.
Yeah, that's Ernan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already pitched a few times for the Yanks this year. I think like 4 or 5 times.
I haven't seen. I wasn't there though.
Oh yeah, probably.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, Ernan's a beast, man. I call him the Weapon X. It's like you have him like to close a game. It's a wrap.
Him and Edwin on the back end, bro. Like, 5 and dive, you good.
And Dave Barry, shout out Dave Barry, one of the best pitchers. He's like your age, I think, like in his 40s. He's a beast. Yo. Dave Barry, gotta love him. He pitched versus the Blue Jays. You were there. You hit a home run. You hit a home run?
Nah, that was the.
Oh, you
nah,
did hit a
was
home
the
run that
Nah,
game.
that was the game we was losing. That was the white kid. No,
No, on our Ernan pitched that
no,
game?
God, was it? Nah, I thought the black dude started. I think the black dude started.
Brandon? Yeah, Brandon went 5, and then I forget who closed that.
I think Edwin came in. Or
Yeah, it was Edwin. Yeah, Edwin, and then it was Ernan didn't pitch that game.
yeah, I didn't pitch that game, yo.
Nah. We didn't show Ernan to the Jays. That's our, speaking of the Jays, they're up there. I mean, they give us comp, bro. I give it to them. They're a tough team. They're a tough team.
That was a fun game. I think that was the return of the shit talking. I was kind of humble at first because I wasn't hitting. You know what I mean? And like JJ Alvarado will tell you, like you only hit singles for us. Like seriously, I just got hot. Maybe like that was a switch that got me going. You know what I mean? Like that Blue Jay.
That's what you told me.
You know
Just because I'm hot, don't move me up. I was like, what? I was like, all right.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. I was like, man, just leave me there, bro. Just leave me there until I figure some shit out. You know what I mean? And then like, but the way we're equipped now, bro, don't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's why I was uttered in a championship. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You see, Richie came up and pimped the single with like a 110 exit velo off the bat. You feel me?
So the Jays, shout out to the Jays. They got, Jordy, Jay Figs that was on the team. They got Big Mike. They got Kurt as well. They got Span, the guy we faced, Sabo. He's my brother's friend from St. Xavier. He throws gas. I mean, he held us for 6, bro. He did really well. Then they got a couple other guys too, and they got some big boppers. They got Elliot over there. Elliot's a guy that plays in the league. They got Derek,
Kike.
Kike. They got some dogs over there, man. So shout out to the Jays. They're going to be comp for sure. They're always comp every year. Then you got the Giants, the 18+ Giants. Armando Aguilar. Shout out to them. A lot of young guys, young cats, and they got some good pitching too. They got some good hitting, man. I think when they're completed, they're a team that when they're fully complete, they're a problem. But it just depends on what kind of day you get them. But they're doing well in that league for their first year. They're third place. And then the Yard Goats got Logan. So that kid Logan that's pumping low 90s, high 80s, low 90s. That guy he's the one that held us for 4 innings and ended up getting the victory on us 2-1 a couple weeks ago. I was trying to get him out for the tournament, but he couldn't make it. Then you got the Bravest, the Finest. The Finest are having a little bit of a rough year, but come playoff time, maybe they'll be able to show up. Right now it's summer, so they don't get too much off time as police officers.
Is Vince still coach of the Finest?
Yeah, he's the manager of the Finest. Shout out to Vince. August 6th, I believe, is the Bravest Finest game at the Cell. Everyone should go. It's always a good time. $10.
Oh yeah, that's coming up, isn't it? It's coming up in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I usually go there and get like a big area with like 50 friends or whatever. Sit in the spot. I used to heckle, but I stopped heckling like 4 or 5 years ago.
Nah, I used to love it, dude. Shout out to him and shout out to Eric Ricken too, bro. Like I worked out with them. I did like pregame with them. I like threw them BP. Like they hooked me up, let me sit in the dugout. Got free swag. Like that game is a big deal, dude. Shout out to the Bravest too, man. We got I know some cats over there, man.
Pedretti. They got Dakota. They got
Dakota. Yeah. Ty Marlboro. You know what I mean?
He just hit a bomb a couple weeks ago. So yeah, man, they got a really good squad. So I mean, the Burbank League's tough. It's always been tough ever since I've been in that league for 5 seasons. Have 3 ships. The Expos took 2 of those from us, and in between, they were a really good team. Hopefully, they come back next year. So, but yeah, that league's always tough. And like I said, every league it's not being the number 1 league, but it's about building the baseball community, which Blue Island is doing, which is great. Other people joining in. Azteca, they'll be back. I have a feeling. And then, the Burbank League's always there. They're always tough. I love it. The Yanks, shout out to them. They're family. And then we got the South Shore League. I don't know too much. Ryan's not here today. I think he's still out of town or something. But he knows more about that league since he plays in it. Shout out to those guys. They put up a tough 4-3 fight. They almost got away with it. How about that call at the end, huh?
Bro. Yeah, that game should have been extra innings. Like
I talked to that pitcher today.
If there was any call out missed, that's probably the only call out. But
bro,
it wasn't us. You know what I mean?
You want to know something funny? I was coaching my son's playoff game this morning, and who our umpire was the pitcher that threw that ball. And I asked him, I forget his name.
Oh, Matt Nebraska. I coached that kid last.
Oh yeah, you were his coach. Yeah. He told me you were his coach. Yeah. So he said you were his coach, and he was our umpire at the game today. And before the game, I was like, "Yo, you were there yesterday, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Was that a strike or a ball?" Because I didn't see it, so I was just wanting to see like what people were saying.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Dude, that was a ball." And he's the one that threw it. I was like, "Oh, good to know." I was like, "That would have been a tight game, but we would have been there till freaking 7, bro."
Yeah.
That would have been it sucks. But yeah, man, let's wrap it up here. We're a little over time. It's already 10:20. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. Appreciate everyone's interaction. That means a lot. It makes the show go by quicker too, and makes it, give us conversation topics for everything. Pedro being in here, and shout out to everyone else that was in here as well. Raul, great insight. Your baseball. You could tell just by talking, or just by seeing what you're writing. You definitely know baseball. Rafa Flores, thank you. One of my teammates, Ernan, Brandon was in here. Thank you, coming in. Everybody else that was also in here, chatting it up and giving me some topics to talk to. Israel, and everyone else that might see this recording. You could take a look, comment if you want. Thanks for tuning in, though. But thanks, DA, for tuning in. It was a pleasure, playing with you again yesterday. It was awesome it's always great being your teammate, bro.
Love it, bro.
We have a ton of fun out there, bro. And I think we feed off each other's energy and shit talk. Like I hear, someone, I was in my shit talk zone for the first 4 innings on game 2. I know all those guys, the White Sox guys too. I love them, brothers. They're brothers to me. So once you win a ship with somebody, they're family forever for me. So shout out to those guys. It's competitive. Much love. But thank you for everyone that, came in and you chopped it up for a little bit, but I'll hit you up a little later, DA. We'll see each other on Tuesday, I'm sure. But for DA, my guest, I'm Jesse Zaragoza. This is the iRake Mentality Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back here in a little bit, maybe give or take not so long of a wait from the next episode. But thank you very much for tuning in. And huge shout out to you guys. Thanks. Peace out.